Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Kasloff, and welcome to Smells Like Teen Horror. And this is my better late than never review of Scream 6. It is up right now on streaming. If you've got Paramount Plus, you can watch it right now. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can buy it for like $20 or a little more. Now, I want to get this out of the way first. Scream 5 is my favorite Scream sequel now. I think it captured a lot of the elements of the 96 Scream, but for this generation. Like, I would love it if a teenager was to tell me that Scream 5 is their favorite because it would be the Scream movie for their generation. And personally, I feel a slasher movie is the movie that defines a generation of horror fans. Now, the biggest criticism I had with Scream 5 was we didn't get to know any of the other characters that much. And I do think that's because it was Sam's movie. Like, if Tara would have been the vocal point of the movie, we would have seen her with her friends much more. But as we all know, she was pretty much a pincushion in Scream 5. Now, Scream 6 fixes all of that because this movie is really about the core four, meaning the Meeks twins and Tara and Sam Carpenter. They are the core four, which my good friend Craven Something Scary calls them on his channel all the time. And this movie really shows the bond and friendship that they had because of the tragedy that they went through. You know that all of these guys lean on each other because they're family. We find out in the movie that Sam and Tara's mom pretty much disowned Sam, so Tara disowned her mom. So this whole unit really formed, and you get that throughout the whole movie. Now, the new characters in the movie, the body count characters, I mean, they're okay. The standout one is Danny Brackett. He was a cool boyfriend character, kind of like Derek in Scream 2. More Scream 2 comparisons coming because, yeah, this is really a modern take on Scream 2. Now, here are some things that were worrying me about the movie going in. The fact that it was in New York. I live in New Jersey, and I love when a movie or TV show is set in New York. Even though this one is filmed in Vancouver, they did get the feeling of a big city. And I was worried about that because I think horror movies, especially slashers, work best in small towns, college campuses, or, summer camps, I guess. Someplace cut away from society. But Scream 6 does a pretty good job of capturing the feeling of being in a big city and needing help, but no one will come to help you. Except for the bodega scene, which was really cool, and it showed a feeling of New York. How that one guy, was pissed off at Sam and Sarah for cutting in line and the bodega, but then immediately stepped up for them when Ghostface came in. And holy cow, let's talk about that scene a little bit. It is probably one of the best Ghostface attacks because when I get into the spoiler section, I'm going to mention why. The Ghostface knew what he was doing. As we know, this wasn't some high school kid going about doing things. They were a trained, tactical person. Okay, let's get into the spoilers and talk about that opening kill with Samora Weaving and Tony Ravioli as Jason. Wow, I thought that either Samora Weaving was gonna be the mastermind or the opening kill. I know that's a big stretch for two different directions a character to go, and she was a pretty cool opening kill. Sorry, just checking my battery. We find out that she is a college professor who teaches about modern 20th century slasher movies. Really, the Kevin Williamson era, if you ask me. She's waiting for her blind date to show up, someone she met on a dating site, it ended up being Tony Revolori, who is disguised as Ghostface and kills her. Now, during this scene, after he killed her, I gotta admit, for a couple seconds there, when he was staring at her, I honestly was waiting for him to go, line, and then we would find out it was the newest Stab movie. But obviously, that's not what happens because we know he gets killed by the real Ghostface of the movie, Dylan McDormick, because we find out that Dylan McDormick, Jack Champion, and Linda Lebetieri are Richie's family. When you got the reveal of Dylan McDermott being Richie's father, I shouted, Richie's father, like my own little Mickey Maltieri moment. And yeah, I should have put up a spoiler warning. In fact, future Eric, make sure you add a spoiler warning for that part. So yeah, overall, Scream 6 is a modern take on Scream 2 and does a really, really good job at it. If I had to give it a score, come on, it's a Scream movie. It's my favorite franchise. Scream 6 gets a perfect 5 out of 5. I will be doing my ranking video after I've watched Scream 6 a couple more times on Paramount. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. But I have a question for you. What were your thoughts on Scream 6? Did you like it, love it, hate it, indifferent? Comment below and please let me know. And hey, I'm going to ask you to do me a big, huge favor. If for some reason you like my incoherent rambling and tangents, please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I got a question for you.
What are you waiting for, huh?